Hey guys, so today I am making this video to celebrate and commemorate 50 years of the moon landing, which was Apollo 11. Okay, so I also have some of these stamps to show you later, but I also have some really interesting facts for you guys. Okay, so on May the 25th, 1961, American President John F. Kennedy announced to the world, "I believe this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man to the moon and returning him safely to Earth." 8 years later, on July 16th, 1969, NASA, with the combined efforts of almost 500,000 people, launched Apollo 11. 3 brave souls were part of the moon mission: Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, so Buzz was his nickname, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, with 2 of them destined to walk on the lunar surface. This is how the historic mission unfolded. Okay, so I have this little poster back here, as you can see, and on this detailed diagram, it shows how the Apollo 11 ship, this big ship here, was assembled. It also shows the different aspects that were used to form the whole Apollo 11 itself. And on the tip here, you can see the size comparison. All of this, all full of fuel and propulsion mechanisms. And the men only go in this tiny capsule right there. Okay? See, right there at the tip. So, it's such an amazing thing just to think that people are in that tiny little rocket ship, compared in this diagram, that tiny little rocket ship, blasting off out of our atmosphere and landing on another planet. And also being the first person, it's a big honor. And so this video is very special to me, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So also, the Australian Post System has released these collectible stamps. So they've also got this really cool envelope. So it says Moon Landing 1969, and then 50, one small step. And one small step, obviously, you know, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So here it shows these pictures. One of the Apollo 11 itself, one of the satellite disc, and Neil Armstrong, and I don't know why, but there's a TV. Funny picture of a little TV there. So that is the collectible envelope from Australian Post. And also Neil Armstrong's footprint on the moon, the first footprint ever laid on the moon. It's still visible now from 50 years ago, and scientists say it will still be visible 100 years later. The reason of that is because of the zero gravity and no atmosphere, which means there's obviously no high winds, which means the footprint will stay as it is. And because of the moon's pressure, the footprint will stay mint, just like that. So here is a picture of Neil Armstrong's first footprint on the moon. And also I have heard that the marks that Apollo 11 made when they landed on the moon, you can also see that, and that will also last for 100 years. So the small little tabs burrowing into the moon so Apollo 11 could stay, yeah, they're still there, which is really cool. Also, I have these collectible stamps. So they're the same as the ones on the envelope, but these ones aren't really stamps. These ones are the valid stamps. So they're also legal, so you can put them on the envelopes, and they're really, really cool. And also I'm actually starting like a stamp collection now, which is cool as well. So now I have Snoopy Journey to Deep Space. This is also a stamp collection, and there's some information on the back. So listen to this. I've already had a quick read through this, and I think it's really cool, okay? Charlie Brown and Snoopy became part of the US space program when the names were adopted as the official call signs for Apollo 10 command module and lunar landing module. So Charlie Brown and Snoopy, yeah, they were part of the US space program because their names were used as like a calling system. Sorry guys, I just put the book back down and I forgot to show you the main part of it. The back. Yeah, totally. So it's pretty cool. And voila! All of these are different stamps. All of them look very similar, but they in fact are all very different. So it's Snoopy, Charlie Brown, The Peanuts. I haven't really watched the movie, so I'm not a big fan of it. But I like the stamps. I love the stamps actually. So there's some characters from Charlie Brown, the Peanuts, and on the boot it has some of the same stamps right there. Wait a minute, quickly, let me check. Yeah, it has some of the same stamps that are in here, but just in the Charlie Brown set. And these stamps actually here, and these ones are actually valid and legal. So you can actually post with those stamps, which is super duper cool. So yeah, this poster here, really cool, collectible for all my space fans out there. From Saturday's The Age newspaper. So that's where we got it from. It has all this information about the Apollo 11 and some about the 10 as well. But this would take me at least an hour to read all of this for you guys. Like all of the information here, it is amazing. So after this video, I will sit down with the paper and then I will read. I will read all of that information. It's really amazing and stuff. So that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Bye.